DKC, which means Društveno-kulturni centar, in translation, social cultural space from Sarajevo, is a self-formed collective that was formed with the help of organizations from Belgium, Albania, Kosovo and Macedonia around 2020. They came to Sarajevo to help the youth of Sarajevo to form a center like this one. First activity was to form a skate park on Ilidža, and then they helped us to form like a closed cultural center in old hangars in university space, which we used for half a year. In campus space that we had, we organized some activities that included music performances, workshops and movie screenings. Unfortunately, we had to move from that space because there was a plan to build a park there. So we occupied another space in a city center that was originally a modernistic villa used by Writers Association. We had the luck that the owners were open to give us the space to use it, but also we had to do some repairs to the space, which were not constructional, just some minor repairments for the space to be usable. And there, for the next half a year until now, we used the space for variety of activities. When we switched places, interesting thing that we noticed was how our activities in a space were formed by the space itself. So in the first place that we had in campus, which was a big hangar place, we made events that were for the masses. And in this space, our activities became more intimate in small groups, small workshops, and that type of activities. And also the new space is divided by smaller rooms, so at the same time we held different activities in different rooms.
So here at DKC we organize all kinds of activities. Primarily we focus on cultural events and facilitating young unaffirmed artists and letting them have space to showcase their art. Also we do social issues, events related to social issues, where we have organized lectures such as relating to migrant crisis, ecological issues and such. Also we have fun events, parties, we have game nights, and we basically make an effort to do as much as possible everything that would contribute to our local community, and everything we see fit and everything we see that there is a need for that kind of event. From the moment we arrived at our new space, we faced a lot of challenges. From construction work to a lack of electricity, lack of water supply and similar stuff. Basically it was a demolished space. We immediately started resolving all of those as much as we could. Our primarily goal was to get back the water supply, because we couldn't do anything without water. So what we did, we organized a crowdfunding campaign, and we were able to, after 2 months, to gather the funds we needed to get the water back and running. That's one thing. The other thing was just cleaning up the space that was full of trash, and make it a bit our own with art and everything.
So we have to ask ourselves, why is there a need for DKC Sarajevo? Why is there a need to approach abandoned spaces and to create something else? There are several reasons for that. First of all, let's start out from the city Sarajevo. When we take into account alternative counterculture, youth, their choices of, let's say, free expressions are very limited. Most of the spaces that they can sort of creatively express themselves are either owned privately or don't have the right sort of conditions for them to fully experiment with all sorts of things that come with the youth in such extent. So DKC Sarajevo came out of a need for such a space in general. Another thing is the aspect of community. While Sarajevo is a capital city of Bosne and Hercegovina, overall there is not much choices when it comes to spaces where a person can maybe try to explore a different political sort of narrative, to maybe engage with subcultures that they don't usually have a chance to do in the publicly owned cultural spaces. And again, DKC is not only there to sort of provide space for different activities, especially for the youth, but it's also there to send a message. And the message is that public spaces belong to the people and not to of course, the overwhelming capital that is privatizing a huge amount of urban sort of area in order for them to build skyscrapers. So we are, through our activities, just by creating a space of free expression, space where people could, without paying any fees, do whatever they want to do, from workshops, lectures, organize concerts, exchange thoughts, etc. Through all of those activities, we are sort of sending a message to the city, which is we're fighting for our space. We are fighting for our expressions through creative ways. So in that sense, DKC is a creative engine of urban conflict.